Hello, you're back, and I applaud you for already starting to commit with something and sticking to it. I'm super proud. Now, I love seeing all of your comments, and I love the diverse types of answers. Yeah, it was super fun to read, and thank you guys for liking. Thank you for subscribing. So again, I said my name is Senora Nelson. And I'm actually originally from Colorado in the United States. My family knows zero Spanish, none. In fact, my first words in Spanish were abierto and cerrado, open and closed. And I learned those from Sesame Street. So that's how fluent I grew up. I was homeschooled through second grade. And then grade 3 through 8, I went to a charter school where we learned Spanish. And I actually learned from an Argentinian teacher. So that is why you'll hear me say things such as Yo me llamo Señora Nelson. Todo es bellísimo. We have the ya for the double L sound instead of the ya, like you'll have in Mexico and most Central American countries. And that is due to my Argentinian background. So first, my background would be muy gringa, ¿verdad? So you'll hear my Colorado non-native accent. You'll also hear my Argentinian accent. I had Spanish from an Argentinian teacher, grade 3 through 8. All through high school, I had non-native speakers who had studied mostly in Spain. And then college, I had teachers from Cuba, Argentina, Mexico, de todos los países. After college, I went to, and most of my friends in college were from Mexico. So I will have a little accent that might refer to probably the northern part of Mexico. After college, I taught Spanish in a high school for 5 years, from introductory Spanish all the way through advanced placement, college level Spanish. And then after that, I lived down in Central America for 3 years teaching English. And I lived in el país bellísimo de Honduras. Entonces tengo un acento muy catracho. So you'll hear a Honduran accent from living there for 3 years teaching English. So all in all, if you've seen the movie My Fair Lady, and everyone is trying to distinguish where this lady is from, that's what I feel like when I speak Spanish. People say, is she from Chile, Uruguay? Some random place I've never been, because her accent is kind of familiar, but kind of crazy different. And she's muy blanquita. So I'll get kind of all over the questions of where I'm from. But I am originally from the United States. My first language is English. And that makes me all the more passionate about teaching Spanish and helping other people reach their goals because, man, I feel like all of my teaching career, every time I tell someone I'm a Spanish teacher, they say, oh, I've always wanted to learn, but I had this terrible teacher in high school, or I've always wanted to learn, but it's just so hard, or I've always wanted to learn, but insert excuse there. And really, when it comes down to it, there is no age limit. Any person can become fluent in any language. You could start when you're 78 years old and you could become completely fluent, kind of depending on your practice, but by age 80, for sure. The authentic accent is the only thing that right around puberty people might lose because our ears are accustomed to hearing sounds and they kind of get rid of every sound that they're not hearing. So you might not have the authentic accent, but any age, any person, anyone is able to navigate a second language and master it regardless of their age. So that's pretty cool. And that's why I'm here, because truly I've heard every excuse and I've heard the longing of every single heart that really wants to master Spanish. And I'm someone who's kind of lazy. So through my mastery of the Spanish language, I learned my own personal tricks and strategies in order to overcome maybe my inhibition, overcome my lack of comprehension, overcome my fears, overcome, name it. And I've been able to get where I'm at today. And I really want to pass that on to you because I want you to conquer your own dreams and have all the victory that you desire because you've earned it. If you do everything I say, if you go through all the homework, if you go through everything, you have earned the right to say that you are completely fluent in a second language and that you are completely bilingual. And no, that doesn't mean you have to dream in the language. No, that doesn't mean you have to, know every single word, because I don't know every word in my first language. But that does mean that you can feel confident and competent as you interact in authentic situations. So that's what I'm here for. Like I said in my previous video, I will have actual lessons that I will set up and have for sale on my website soon, within the month. And that is more if you are starting from square one, complete zero, nada, zip, and you really want to go from zero to fluent. Those are for you. These videos, however, I really want to catch all of you who kind of have the basics. You've memorized the vocab, you kind of know the verbs, and you really don't know where to go from there. That's what I'm here for. Each week, like I said in my previous video, I want to give you tips, strategies, tricks, everything in order to take what you already know and go to the next level. Because it really is those ins and outs and really practicing strategically and stepping out of your comfort zone is going to be a big thing. And once you start to do that and get in the habit of stepping outside of your comfort zone, of practicing, of taking risks, you're going to find before you know it, you're already fluent. Y les voy a hablar más en español. Eso es una meta mía. I want to talk to you more and more in Spanish para que se acostumbren a escuchar el español auténticamente. Bueno, más que todo. I want you to start to hear Spanish. Back when I taught it, my students would give me little puppy eyes. Like, she's talking in Spanish again y no entiendo nada. That's what I'm here for. I'm going to start to speak more and more that you'll become accustomed to hearing it and your ears will start to comprehend lo que estoy diciendo. Check it? Does that sound good? If that sounds good to you, like I said, like and subscribe. And I would love to see you next week for our tip number 1 to really master the Spanish language. Thank you guys. Have a great day.